In this class, we are studying about the JDBC. Here, JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. Means to connect the Java application with the database. It may be MySQL or PL by SQL or it may be Sybase. To connect the any database, we require a software that is called as a JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. Here, the JDBC was developed by the Java soft of Sun Microsystem. This has been developed by the Sun Microsystem. And JDBC is a standard Java API, application program interface for database independent connectivity between the Java programming language and wide range of the databases. Its meaning is like this one. The JDBC is a database independent. Means it is not depending upon the database here. It may be any database. It may be SQL or PL by SQL or PostgreSQL or it may be the Sybase. Here it may be the any database here. Here the JDBC is a database independent connectivity between the Java program as well as the wide range database here. And here in the case of the JDBC point of view, the JDBC contains the interfaces and the classes for writing the database applications. Means in the JDBC we are having all the interfaces and the classes to connect with the database. Okay. Here by using the JDBC we can send the SQL PL by SQL statement almost in relational database here. Okay. Means we can send the SQL queries and we can execute the queries over the server and we can get back the result here. This is about the JDBC. Next, come to the very short form of the JDBC point of view. In short, the JDBC helps the programmers to write the Java application to manage these three programming activities. Connect to a database. Means the JDBC main purpose is to connect to the database, data source like the databases here. The second one is the send the queries. We can send the queries and update the statement to the database here. We can send the queries, we can execute the queries over the database server. And the third one is retrieve and process the results received from the database in answer to the query here. Means we can get the data here by using the result set object is here. In the next coming class I will explain these things. Okay. These are the three short points related to the JDBC. Come to the JDBC architecture. Here the JDBC architecture contains it is put in the two types of architecture. The first one is the 2-tier and the second one is the 3-tier architecture here. The JDBC architecture is two types. It is providing the 2-tier as well as the 3-tier here. Come to the first of all 2-tier here. The 2-tier architecture for the database accept the 2-tier database design here. In the case of the 2-tier point of view, the Java application talks directly to the database. In this point of view, the Java program is directly talking with the database here. This is the database. The Java application directly talking with the database. In the case of the 2-tier point of view, right? See the diagram here. This is our Java application. This is our Java application. The Java application uses the JDBC to connect with the database server here. To connect with the database here. But there is no middleware software out there. Directly we are doing the operation here. That's what this is called as a 2-tier only. This is the client mission. Means where the Java application is running. That mission is called as a client mission. And wherever the database is presented here, that is called as a database server here. Here sometimes the client application as well as the server application will present with the same system also. Okay. Right. See this one here. This requires a JDBC driver that communicate with the particular data source being the access here. Okay. Means whatever the data source we need here, whether we need the Sybase server or MySQL server or PL by SQL or it may be Oracle server, what is server we are using here? It is directly connected to the corresponding database server here. The user commands are delivered to the database or other data sources and the results of those statements are sent back to the user here. Means the user commands like the create command, drop command, delete command, update command, all these commands will be sent to the database server and the results will be sent back to the corresponding user here. The data source may be located on another mission to which the user is connected to the via network here. Here the database spread in another location here. Here in this point of view, this is called as the client server configuration and this is the client mission and this is the server mission here. This type of architecture is called as the client server configuration or client server architecture here. With the user's mission as a client here. The user mission is called as a client and the mission hosting the data source is called as a server. This is called a server and this is called as a client here. The network may be intranet which are the following. For example, connect an employees with the corporation may be internet here. We say the network may be intranet or it may be the internet. Sometimes we can go with the LAN connection also. This is about the 2-tier architecture. In the case of the 2-tier point of view, the Java application directly talks with the data source here. Let's come to 3-tier here. If the Java program connect with the database, we require the middleware are there. This is called as a middleware software here. In this point of view, we are having the application server. In this point of view, the Java program, whenever we are adding the code in the HTML, we are using the HTTP. Maximum HTML codes or HTML and XML codes, they can use HTTP here. Hypertext transfer protocols. Okay. Some other requires that they requires the RMI, CORBA, and or other calls here. The Java program can communicate with the application server by using any one of these things here. It may be HTTP, or it may be RMI, it may be the CORBA, or it may be other calls are there. The application server uses the JDBC and it is connected with the data DBMS here. Here, come this one here. In three-tier model, the commands are sent to the middle tier of the services, which then sends the commands to the data source here. In the previous case, the Java application directly communicated with the database here. But now in this point of view, the Java application program will be sent to the middleware software here. It is sending the commands to the middleware server. The middleware server is sending the commands to the DBMS here. Here, next, the data source process the commands and sends the results back to the middleware tier, which then sends to the user here. Here, in this point of view, the DBMS executes the queries and it is sending the result back to the middleware server. The middleware server sends the data to the Java program here. The MIS directories find the three-tier model very attractive because the middle tier talks it is possible to maintain the control over the access and kinds of the updates that can be made to corporate data here. Yes, whenever there is middle tier here, the speed will be increases as well as we can control the access here. Another advantage is that it simplifies the deployment of application. This is simplification here. We can easily deploy applications. Finally, in many cases, three-tier architecture can provide the performance advantage here when compared to the two-tier here. This is about the JDBC architecture.